Alright guys, so it's been a short while since I've had my 110 scale cars out. So I have my Trail Honcho, the SCX10ii, out in the backyard crawler course, just getting a quick little run. It's about 92 degrees right now with a small breeze. We've started the week at about 100 degrees. So yeah, it's starting to cool down a little bit. Feels weird to have this radio in my hands again. It's a nice little layer of dust over this car. Most of the vegetation is pretty much dead now, so yeah, we plan on for this. We are, since I'm in Southern California, all of California is back under water restrictions again. I'm under the Los Angeles County water district, so we do have one of the more stricter water restrictions, but you know, it is what it is. I don't use that much water anyway, so. Alright, just get over here, we'll get switched out to a front angle view. As you can see now, with vegetation gone, you can really see that little side thing over here, a little dip. And that's been always one of the, that's what made that transition difficult, was because of that little dip. ESC. Again. Sorry, I'm just doing this slower than I should, just for dramatic effects. Right. SRC Scallywag sticker on the back of the truck bed. So unfortunately, I did find out that that competition that I was talking about in July, that was supposed to be at the local concourse, has now been pushed back to August, and they changed the location to Apple Valley, and I think they're doing a 3-man tag team now. So number one, I don't know anybody, so I can't do a 3-man tag team. This would literally be my first competition. Number two, Apple Valley is a good, geez, like almost 2 hours away from me, so not ideally somewhere I want to go if I don't know anybody. So I guess I just have to wait until they bring that competition back to that local crawler course that I've been practicing on, and you know, hopefully I get my first competition out there soon. Oops, my fault. Looked at the camera angle versus where my tire placement was. There we go. And let me get behind this one just because those, from this angle, you can see how warped they are. So this takes a little bit more precision to get up here now. So you can see the right drops, dips compared to the left, and they also kind of go inbound here, so it gets narrow right where the car is right now. And that's all due to warping from the weather, all the weathering out here. So those probably have to get replaced soon. And just to kind of go over the suspension bridge, I know a couple people have mentioned they like the suspension bridge. So this suspension bridge normally would probably cost around $50-ish, maybe $60 in parts for lumber and everything. Unfortunately, I bought all this stuff at the height of the lumber crisis when everything was about 5 times higher. So this whole stuff cost me about $150 in wood. The brick was still cheap, you know, these are I think a couple dollars. This is like a little bit over $1. Same thing, the 2x4s, you know, those are standard 2x4s. I got 2 of them, cut them. Now, if you're like me, like I don't own this house, so I can't drill these bolts deep into the ground and make them sturdy. So rather than have this thing fall inwards towards because of the weight of this, something very stable like this. And that secured it from tipping over. So if I remove these top 2 twigs, this thing, you know, they're pretty much mobile. You can hook this off easily with these hooks right here. So it does come off, rope, you know, very easy to do, and those are just stapled to the back. So I tried doing the tying here, but during the weather most of it broke off already, so I ended up just buying a staple gun and just stapling. It's a very lazy way of doing it, but you know, if you really want to get cool, you can drill holes, you can wrap it, you can do a lot of different things, but I was lazy, so I just stapled. But yeah, so that's pretty much the walkthrough of building one of these bridges. And then what you want on each side as your ramp, you decide. You know, mine, when I designed this, this is what I had in the yard. So I just used what I had in the yard as extra lumber, and then I made my ramps to get up. I mean, you can connect them in different ways. More bricks here, 2 lumber, 2x4s down here. I don't know, just, you know, a million different ways you can do this. Okay, we're gonna do an angle from here. But hopefully that gives you guys some ideas of how to get a suspension bridge going. I mean, the whole build process, the time it took, I would say maybe 2 days or less. You know, so very quickly done. And again, if you don't want a straight bridge, angle a little bit, so you know, forces you to have to turn while you're going over the bridge. Okay. And it's the same thing with this seesaw. You would think that I bolted those into the ground, but there's actually a wooden frame underneath here, and I just maybe dug up 2 inches of dirt and put the wooden frame in and buried it at the rocks here, and that's where I got the seesaw in. So there's really nothing bolt. Yeah, I didn't control that. That was my fault. Should have been controlled a little better. Definitely some spider webs out here, as you can see. Oh, come on. Alright, diffed up right there. Let's see if I can use a different angle. A little dusty as well, so tires aren't gripping. Come on. Okay. There we go. Up a little bit. Gives me an opportunity to play with my winch. Alright, I'm not going to use that rock anchor for now. I'm just going to use this. I don't want to use my rock anchor because it's unscrewed right now. I mean, it's screwed in right now. Alright, let's see how I can do this. No, that rock is a little... We can extend it out a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Dang it. I was going to wrap, but screw it. I'm just going to hold it like this then. Okay. Alright, let me just kind of reach this back a little bit. Alright. There we go. Side a little bit, and then we'll call it a day because it's getting really hot now. There we go. Okay. Alright guys, I'll do one more here on this side. I'm going to climb this stairwell. And that's what I'm running is the Three Brothers RC, the anti-foams in here. My wheel inserts. I love them. They're worth every dollar. There we go. I'm just doing torque. Here we go. You can see it's quite dusty out here. Definitely building up a sweat now. There's that 92, 93 degree weather. And I still have more to do, but with so much that I'm working on and work and hockey right now, I just haven't had time to work on the next project for this car. Material's there, I need to finish stripping those pallets. They're done sanding. Ooh, I just need to strip them down and actually turn them into what I have planned. So hopefully we'll have an update on that project soon, but for the time being, there's just still spare parts at the moment. Alright guys, so thank you guys all for coming to watch, and I will catch you on the next one.